What is up, everybody out there? How y'all doing? Artist of Strong Style here. Now, okay, Dark World, right? Why do I have Formula Synchron in there? Why do I have it in there? It's because this is not just pure Dark World. This is gonna be Dark World with the Fabled. Fabled and Dark World are similar to each other. Cause I'll give you a couple of suggestions. One, they're both fiends. And two, yeah, you do want them from you want to discard them from your hand and they get effects, right? Okay, if you're gonna pay a cost from playing any card effect, the Dark Worlds will not get their effect. Here's another thing. When you're playing Fabled and you do have to pay a cost, you will get their effect. It's a little difference. Because yeah, some of the cards say that, but no. To tell you the truth, the rules are for Dark World and Fabled. If Fables are discarded by a card effect, then the Fables will get their effects. But the Dark Worlds will not if you're paying a cost. Now, why do I have Formula Synchron in here? It's because I'm going to show you. Then, yes, Formula Synchron is going to be possible to use this in the deck. Because, yeah, I'm going to show you why I'm using Formula Synchron in here. All right, so this is not pure Dark World. And then, yeah, this is not going to be a top tier deck. It's just a fun, like, creative deck you can make, which I made for myself. And I have used this before. But of course, did not win a lot of times, but who cares, you know? Just have some fun making whatever you can. So, all right. One rainbow. You can special summon this card from your graveyard by returning one level 7 or lower Dark World monster from your field. Put it back to your hand. Special summon rainbow. One Grapha, the original Dark World, when discarded, sent from your hand to the graveyard, destroy one card on the field. I believe that's the way it is. And same thing as just, you have a Dark World on the field, return it back, special summon Grapha. Your boss Dark World monsters. Anytime your Dark Worlds would be sent from your hand to the graveyard by not paying a card effect, like I just said, you special summon, well, then you're going to be able to special summon the gold and the silver. Only one of each. When they are discarded from your hand, by not paying a cost, you can special summon them. And then, yeah, simple as well. When you have Grapha in your hand, discard, special, back to your hand, special. These are what the Dark Worlds do. Now, the reason why you're going to go triple snow is because this is your searcher. When discarded by a card effect, snows into the graveyard, you can search for any card that is called Dark World, no matter what it is. The magic card, a monster card, whichever. And then 3 Brow, the only reason is because Brow's your draw power. When discarded to the graveyard, draw 1 card. So that's what Brow does. So that's the only reason why it's like 3/3 and then just 1 of each. Because now, okay, Fables. If you look at a Fable deck, people go 3, but remember, since I'm going half, since it's a Dark World and Fabled, I'm only going to use 2 Grimro, which is your searcher for the Fables. Whenever you have a Fabled on the field, you can discard Grimro, then search for any Fabled, except for itself. Then the Fabled Crus. When she is discarded from your hand to the graveyard, you can special summon any Fabled monster from your graveyard, special summon it right back. So it's like a little monster reborn to the Fables. Except for itself. Then here's a bit of tuners. Cerebral. Just like a regular darkworld, when discarded, special summon it. And it's a tuner. Yeah, when discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. Then the Ganasha, when discarded, special summon it. Now, here's the thing. When it gets special summoned, it'll gain 300 attack points. 200, my mistake. 200 attack points. When it leaves the field, it'll get banished instead. Maybe low attackers, but again, because you're gonna need something to put with this. So why not go a bit of the dark world? Since I told you, yeah, they're almost the same exact way, except when you're not paying a cost, fabled effects will go. If you are paying a cost, dark worlds will not go. Now, okay, my last three. A fabled Lurie, yeah, just a 1, but who cares? When this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. Fabled Chris, a tuner, and this is when you're going to want to have this in the graveyard. You can discard 1 fabled monster to the graveyard, except fabled Kanasho. Add this card from your graveyard, add it to your hand. Now here's a little trick why you're going to want to do this. And then the fabled Shawa, another tuner. Now, here's the thing. During your battle phase, you can discard 1 fabled monster and this card, special summon both of them. And then my last 2, since yeah, you're going to be using a lot of low attackers, well then have a bit of high attackers, just the Thunderbird and the Bigfoot. If you have either of these dangers in your hand, reveal 1 to your opponent. Now, shuffle your hand. They must discard 1 card from your hand. A random chosen. If they get it correct, your danger monster goes to the graveyard. If they get it wrong, you special summon your danger. Now each one has an effect. Thunderbird is. You can reveal this card from your hand, like I just said. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand. Then you discard Then you discard the chosen card. Then, if it was discarded and it was not a Danger Thunderbird, you can special summon 1 Danger Thunderbird from your hand. And if you do, draw 1 card. If this card was discarded, you can target 1 set card your opponent controls. Destroy it. That's Thunderbird. He's a good 28 attacker. The Bigfoot. You can reveal this card from your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand. Then you discard the chosen card. If the chosen card was not Danger Bigfoot, special summon the Danger Bigfoot from your hand. And if you do, draw 1 card. If this card is discarded, which they got it correctly, then it is sent to the graveyard. Destroy 1 of your opponent's cards that they control. So a bit different. So yeah, low little attackers, cool effects, but then of course you're gonna need a little bit of help. And yeah, almost the same thing. Discard when they get discarded. So yeah, this is not a pure deck. Like I say, I play for fun. Try to make fun decks. And this is pretty fun to do. All right, magic cards. Because yeah, you are playing. Since yeah, pretty much yeah. The Gates of the Dark World. All fiend monsters gain 300 attack. Once per turn, you can banish 1 fiend type monster from your graveyard. Discard 1 fiend monster, then draw 1 card. All right, this is when you're gonna want to. Okay. It's not just a Dark World fiend. Remember, these are fiend as well. So it's most likely, let's say you have Brow in your hand, for example, and you have Snow in your graveyard. You do not need the Snow. So you would activate, banish, send away the Brow, Draw one card because of an effect, and it was not paying a cost, and then you add another card. So that would be drawing 2 cards. Or for example, another example, you had Chris. And let's just say the Ganesha is in your graveyard. Banish, discard, draw your card. When Fabled Chris gets thrown into the graveyard, you special summon 1 Fabled. Little combos you can do. And it gets fun. As soon as you get the hang of it, it just gets fun. Darkworld dealings. Each player draws a card. Each player discards 1 card. This also works for, the Fables. Fables get effects. As well as, listen carefully. The dangers go as well. If you send away a danger, the danger effect will go if you're discarding it. Card destruction. Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, Foolish Burial. Okay, now, the reason why Foolish Burial, you want to have your Grapha, the Rainbow, or the Ganache, or the Kashano in your graveyard. You want those in the graveyard. Grapha and the Rainbow, because you're going to want to start playing you want to start doing your play of course, special summoning. And then, of course, you had Dark Worlds. Of course, get it to your hand, special summon a Grapha. And then the effect of what Kashano can do, which I'll show you in a bit. And then just Book of Moon, I say, is still like one of the top best spell cards out of the whole entire game. And then just, your traps is just Torrential and Compulse. Now, if you saw right there, no Infinite Impermanence, no Ash Blossom, none of those cards, because that's playing competitive, and I don't play competitive. Now, okay, Formula Synchron, okay. You need 1 tuner, and you need to make 2, right? You need to make a 2. You're rarely going to get into it, but this is to make your 2. And it's easy right here if you have it in your hand. Remember, Chawa. Discard a Fable, discard itself. Special. Synchro into your Formula Synchron. When Formula Synchron is summoned out, when it was done successfully, you get to draw 1 card. Only on that turn. If you don't know Formula Synchron, which I'm sure everyone knows, you can, if this is on your field, you can synchro on your opponent's turn. This is the only time you're going to be able to use Formula Synchron's effect. You can synchro on your opponent's turn. Then there's Fabled, Reagan, and TG Hyperlibrarian. All right. TG Hyperlibrarian was put from 3 to now it's at 1 because, okay, these are 5s. And it's not hard to make 5s. TG Hyperlibrarian. When a monster is synchro summoned during either player's turn, you get to draw 1 card. This card must be face up on the field to activate this effect resolves. So yeah, even on your opponent, you have Hyperlibrarian on the field, and your opponent synchro summons a monster, you'll be able to draw a card. This was at 3 because I believe too many, people were playing synchro summoning a lot, and then you were able to draw so many damn cards. So they put it to 1. That is fine. Fabled Reagan is a 5. You need a Fabled Tuner, which your tuners are Fabled. When this card is synchro summoned, if you have 1 or less cards in your hand, you can draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. So yeah, up to the minimum of 2. If you have 2 or more, well then you just can't do the effect, but at least you synchro summon into a fabled dragon. If you need to, okay, yeah, Black Rose Dragon, blow up everything. Fabled Valkyries. Okay, this is when it's going to get interesting. You need a Fabled tuner. It's an 8, so it's not hard to make 8 either. Once per turn, you can discard 1 fiend monster from your monster to draw 1 card. Discard it. This is when the tricks get interesting. What I mean by you're going to want to have Kashano in the graveyard. Because here's the trick I'll show you right now. Okay, so you guys don't get so confused. Like, what are you doing? Well, this is what I'm doing. Okay. Remember, discard 1 fiend monster, right? It's not a fiend. But this is, okay. Now read the effect. You can discard 1 fabled monster to the graveyard that's in your hand. Add this card right back. Send away. This effect. Get it to your hand. Special summon. Now do the effect. Discard 1 card from your... then draw 1 card. This is when you recycle your entire hand. You just go in combos with this deck. Stardust Dragon. Okay. I'm depending on using Stardust Dragon in this deck. Of course, there are other level 8s. You can make, of course, Red Dragon Archfiend. You can make, whatever. But I'm depending on using Stardust Dragon in this deck. The original Stardust Dragon. We know Stardust Dragon. Anytime a card effect would be activated that would do damage, well, destruction, send it away to the graveyard, return it right back. Stardust Dragon. One Baron now, of course, yeah, it is a popular card, but yeah, I can make 10s, so why not put it in? Fabled Leviathan. Okay, a Fabled tuner to make a 10. When this card is on the field, is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can select up to 2. Select up to 3 Fabled monsters in your graveyard. Then add them to your hand. Now here's the tech cards. Why I'm using Formula Synchron. I'm making Shooting Star Dragon. And that's why, yeah, to make Shooting Star Dragon, you need a Formula Synchron and a Stardust Dragon. Synchro them into making Shooting Star Dragon. Shooting Star Dragon. Each of these following effects once per turn. You can rather reveal the top 5 cards from your top of your deck. Shuffle them back in. And this card is maximum up to the number of attacks of equal to the number of tuner monsters. So you can reveal the top 5. Now, how many tuners do you have in here? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 tuners. All right. Maybe you don't want to do that effect. You have 4 tuners, so you don't have that many tuners. So maybe you don't want to deal with that effect. But if you want to take a risk out of it, then yeah, reveal the top 5. For how many tuners you have that you have shown, that's how many attacks you can do with Shooting Star Dragon. Then the other effect is negate activation of an effect that would destroy a card or cards on the field. and destroy that card. Or when your opponent declares an attack, you could select it, this card, then remove this card from play and negate the attack. During the end phase, special summon this card right back. Shooting Star Dragon. And then last but not least, it is possible to make, because I have done it, Shooting Quasar Dragon. I'm depending on making Shooting Star Dragon or Shooting Quasar Dragon. To make Shooting Quasar Dragon, you need Synchro Tuner or three. Okay, you need three monsters that equal to 12, because that's Shooting Quasar Dragon. So that's 2, 7, 12. You need, for my count, is you need 3 monsters. Shooting Quasar Dragon. I have done this before. And yeah, that's why I'm depending on using Stardust Dragon. Of course, I can make the other, dragons if I want, but I'm depending on Shooting Quasar Dragon or the Stardust Dragon. Shooting Quasar Dragon cannot be special summoned in any other ways. This card's maximum amount of attacks per battle equal to the number of non-tuner monsters as synchro material. So there were 2. So double the attack I could do with Shooting Quasar Dragon. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. When this card leaves the field, you can special summon 1 Shooting Star Dragon from your extra deck. So, yeah, you get the idea why I'm doing this. Because I like to play Stardust Dragon. So, yeah, it's pretty much like I'm depending on Stardust Dragon, and then if you can go into, Formula Synchron to Stardust Dragon to Shooting Star Dragon to Shooting Quasar Dragon. Other than that, whatever else you can do, then, yeah. When I played this before with one of my friends, he was like a bit concerned, like, how the hell am I able to do this? I'm like, it's simple. It's not hard. You don't have to make it, but it's so fun when you can make it. Cause yeah, you're depending on, your other big huge monsters. Like of course your Grapha. If you have Grapha, or just making a 10. So let's say Snow. Grapha's in your hand. You're gonna darkworld dealings. Use normal summon Snow. This is in your hand. Back to my hand. Grapha. Darkworld dealings. Whatever your draw is. And then you must discard. You can either discard the Snow to get an effect, or I'll discard the Fabled. Bring it out. Synchro into a 10. Now you cannot do Shooting Star Dragon. I wish you could. But no, that was just making possibly your Leviathan if you want, or even go into your... Where are you? Where did I put you? Baron, whatever. There are so many cool plays you can do with this. So yeah, that's just the idea what I'm doing. A little bit of Fabled, a little bit of Dark World, and then yeah, if it is possible, but if you can do it, then yeah, go into possibly making Shooting Star Dragon or Shooting Quasar Dragon. It's not pure Stardust, but yeah, just have little options you can do. You have a bit of Dark World, you have a bit of Fabled, you have a bit of, making your Baron, you have your other options of making your other 8-star monsters, your Reagan, whatever, draw power. So yeah, it's a fun thing to do. Have little tricks in your head. Like, what else can you possibly make? Like, to tell you the truth, if you're playing a red dragon, you can possibly do a red Nova dragon. It's the same exact thing. So yeah, my thing is Stardust. If I wanted to, I could switch this around and I can play. I can do the red Nova instead. But right now, it's just Shooting Quasar Dragon because, yeah, I'm more into the Stardust way. So this is a Dark World Fabled, and then if it is possible to put in Shooting Quasar Dragon with Shooting Star Dragon, and then yeah, Stardust Dragon is what I'm depending on. But yeah, don't always depend on that. Depend on more of your deck. But it is fun to have this in. Like, wow, it is possible to make it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll do a deck profile on this. So I'll speak to y'all later. Peace.